Rob Sabre, on behalf of Robin Ann, who is going to try very hard to bake a pumpkin bread cake based on a recipe from our very, very close friend and mentor, Monique, who is right now stranded somewhere in the northern regions of Quebec. She shared this recipe with me, and she claims this can be done in 10 minutes. So we'll see how long it takes. Anne is making the video and has sort of promised to keep me in focus while I try to do this. It's something that's pretty challenging. So first of all, I like to go, when I do recipes, it's very systematic. I like to make sure I have the tools of the trade. So first of all, the ingredients. Almond flour, we got some. Coconut flour, we got some. Some sort of cane sugar blend, we've got it. Pumpkin pie spice, have it. Baking powder, got it. Actual sea salt, have some. Pumpkin puree, okay, got some. 4 large eggs, according to this Canadian egg grading, these are 4 large eggs. A 1/3 cup of butter, this is a 1/3 cup measured solid, and then it says melt them. I didn't melt them yet, so that's part of the cooking, melting the butter. And a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. I have all of the ingredients. Furthermore, to facilitate measuring, I have a 1 cup, a 1/2 cup, and a 1/4 cup, which means I can do all of the cup measures except for the butter, which I already did because the packaging of the butter said where a 1/3 of the cup would be. I also have teaspoon measures so that I can do 2 teaspoons, a 1/4 teaspoon, and 3 measures with these spoons. I got a can opener for my can and a bunch of spoons, something to mix in, something to put the cake in, and I couldn't find the parchment paper that I'm supposed to use when I put the cake ready in the oven. So we're going to get to that point. So start. It says preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. Preheat the oven. Here we go. This is a Bosch oven. I made sure there was nothing in there. Sometimes there's stuff in there. So I want to basically put it in a cooking mode. So I click cooking mode. And the cooking mode I use usually is bake. Bake. We're going to bake something. I clicked bake. The temperature, what is it? Plus start. What, start? Where's start? Help. Start. Temperature. And it says to preheat to 350 degrees. It's trying to preheat to 350 degrees, so I'll let that go. Now I'm going to go back here. It also said I had to melt the butter. I have a tool for this, a butter melter. I bought this on special, a butter melting machine. It's a Panasonic butter melter. You put the butter in there. You put a napkin on top of it.
Why?
Because you don't want an explosion. And believe me, I get butter to explode. I'm going to put it in there for 54 seconds.
That's too long.
And some people suggest that that's too long. It may well be, but as it goes, I will monitor the butter. Monitor the butter.
20.
No explosion yet. We're doing good. All right, let's see. Blanch, blanch, blanch. Okay, we're getting there. Monitoring, watching, looking at it. 36 seconds. Let's check how it's going. At 36 seconds. And it's not melted quite yet. You'll see that it's partially melted. 36 seconds. So I'll just continue. Some people are cynical about how long it takes to melt butter. But the beautiful thing is there's beautiful mystery stories about melting butter and how long it takes for a piece of hair to sink in melted butter. Famous Sherlock Holmes quote. He never tells you the mystery, he just says that's the clue. Come on, butter, melt, melt, melt. It also didn't say if it wanted to liquefy the butter, just to melt it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. It takes exactly the right amount of time. We have perfectly melted butter. There you go. Perfectly melted butter. Okay, preheat the oven. Okay, in a large bowl, mix together the almond flour. So start with the almond flour. So the quantity of almond flour is 2 cups. This is the almond flour. It's in a cute little bag here. And really, really, really neat. And that's a cup of almond flour. Okay, so to take this out, we have to undo the knot. This is one of the hardest parts of cooking, is the knot undoing. And the people who put these knots on have really, really aggressive tendencies. Okay, you get that like that.
Your wife.
And look at that. You see, that's 1 cup chunk in the thing. And then it says 2 cups. So I get the second cup here. Second cup, great coffee shop, by the way, in case you want to try that out. Second cup. Put that in there. Okay, so now we've done that. By the way, this is a friendly, COVID-friendly recipe. So we got that. We retie this, which I can't do. It'll take me more time to retie this than to bake the bread. Okay, so we got that. Next, it says mix the coconut flour. Coconut flour, a half a cup of coconut flour. So this is a container of coconut flour. It's one of those funky containers that's got the retie zip thing. You rip it like that and open it up like this. Wow, it actually works. Okay, and the volume is 1/2 cup, which is right here. This is a 1/2 cup measuring cup, 1/2 cup, and we put it in there. We do the same sort of thing to get it nice and flush. And we put it in on top there. Someone might want to take a picture of that. It's really pretty. Okay. And by the way, my favorite recipe hound is Graham Kerr. So he's a cool cook that I learned a lot from when I was a kid. Pumpkin pie spice. Pumpkin pie spice. The pumpkin pie spice. Shrimp! Ta-da! And it's packaged in a similar sort of funky package here. So you tear it like that. And then, God, it smells so good. And how much of that do we want? 2 tablespoons. I love the fact that I have an actual 2 tablespoon measuring thing here. That one there is 2 teaspoons, TSP, teaspoon, not tablespoon, teaspoon, 2 TSP of, and this is called pumpkin pie spice. So we got that. Here. And if I'm lucky, it goes all over the floor when I just do this here. Okay, so that's it.
Smells good.
It smells good. This is scary now. This recipe is really smelling good here. And we haven't done anything yet. You know, wow, what a recipe. Wow, this is cool. And I have to put this stuff in, which is the whatever they call it, sugar stuff. Which comes with its own spout. Okay, and the volume of the sugar stuff is 3/4 of a cup. Why? We do 3/4. We have 1/4 and a half. So to do this recipe, you have to really know your fractions because they do not help you, with these things. So you go like that, and like that, and you pretend this is wine that you're pouring in the thing. It's just toxic here. Okay, that looks like that, and I can sort of flatten it out to make sure it's nice uniform. So that's one of those. And then one of these. Oops, a little bit extra fell in there, but that's the right place for it to go, so I'll put a little less in the thing. There we go. That's 3/4 of a cup, and I have the top of it I lost already. That was quick. There it is. Love the procedure here. Cool packaging. Chunk. Next one. So we've got baking powder. Baking powder. So we have this baking powder here. The amount of baking powder we're going to try to put in here is 2 teaspoons again. I'm going to reuse the pumpkin thing. I know that everyone's going to say this is not allowed. You should wash it and clean it and hygienize it, but what the heck. We're going to just do it old school like that. Chunk. That's what my grandmother would have done if she knew it. Okay, and then we got loaf pan, pumpkin pie spice, baking powder, and sea salt. Sea salt. The amount of sea salt we're going to throw in there is 1/4 teaspoon. I use the 1/4 teaspoon all the time when I make my eggs in the morning. This is the perfect size for. How the heck does it?
It has 2 openings.
There.
Yeah.
Bien caché. Bien caché. So what I'm going to do here is I don't want to put too much salt, watching our sodium here. Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
And now we've got that in there. So that's measured there. We have a little extra here, which we can, well,
Yeah,
we
a couple
can
other.
recover it maybe sometime. All right. In a large bowl, mix together the flour, the this, the that, the that seafood. Mix. It says mix it. So I have basically brought a collection of mixing things, and this one calls for this mixing thing here, because it's dry with dry. There's no wet in there. So you mix it real gentle and fold it a little bit. Mix real gentle and fold. That's what you get. Mix real gentle, fold, and you're going to get just a beautiful, beautiful color pattern in there. And it's really, really, and this could be like a piece of artwork, you know, it's just fantastic. It's a little clumpy because the pumpkin stuff seems to have a little humidity in it. But all the rest of the dry ingredients are completely dry.
Smells good.
Beautiful, beautiful. See, it's just nice there. Yeah, some people try to do this without the pumpkin spice. I think that's the secret to the recipe is the pumpkin spice. It's hard to get. They don't actually sell it at our local store. We had to get it shipped here from Amazon. Luckily, Amazon has very quick delivery for their spice department. Don't like this. It's got some clumpiness in it. I wish I had a declumper. Now, do we have a declumper?
Yeah, yes we do.
Where's the declumper?
Hang on. This one.
So it's not a declumper, but it'll do.
Whisk it.
So let's whisk it a bit. Here we go. Whisking dry stuff. I usually whisk eggs and things.
No, whisking dry works.
Yeah, it's... This also sort of aerates it a little bit, which is, I'm sure, going to make it rise a bit differently.
There, you got it.
Sort of, to take a look at the color and the texture of that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, really nice. You got
All
it.
right. Then we sort of add the pumpkin puree, eggs, and melted butter. Okay, so pumpkin puree. So the volume of pumpkin puree is 3/4 of a cup. Another one of these complex measures. So this is the tool that I use for this. This is a can. This is fresh. We just got the pumpkin and I made the puree, put it in the can yesterday. So this is here. Can. This is a can opener. This is actually a KitchenAid can opener.
Right.
One of the best on the market. It's
We
fabulous.
we could have used the pumpkin if you wanted.
What
We
pumpkin?
could have
We have a
started-
pumpkin?
Yeah, I have another
You
one.
didn't tell me we had a
Yeah,
pumpkin.
we could have started from fresh pumpkin.
Okay, so
yeah.
let's just do this properly, not get emotional about it.
No.
So it's my choice of ingredients here, and I was brought up, this was the best way to cook. You start with a can, you put it in a saucepan, and that's it. Everything is perfect. Now you take that, I will put it into an intermediate container like this, because it's going to be weird. See, that's the texture of the pumpkin puree is weird, which is why we have this one. You see how it comes out of the can nicely if you have that one measure thing? Look at that. Oh, how gorgeous it is. Just fresh out of the pumpkin.
That's a lot of pumpkin filling.
Well, we're not going to use it all. We're going to just use a bunch of it. All right, so that's some pumpkin stuff. Now I have to put in, what was the volume it needed? Pumpkin puree, 3/4 of a cup. All right, so I have
Yep.
half a cup and a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to have half a cup. Okay, well here we go. It's everything or nothing here. So we go like that. All right, so that's part of it. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And then the other part of it, which I think I'll just put a little more there because I didn't get quite as much out of the previous one. All right, there we go. Again, I'm going to just put just a teeny bit more because some of it's stuck in there. Okay, so we have that. Now, the pumpkin puree. Eggs. Eggs. Okay, the way to do the eggs, as I learned it in egg school, is you take a teacup, do that, put the egg in there, you then fry it and give it to Anne for breakfast.
No,
One. Take the egg.
That way there's no shells in it. That's a good idea.
Yes, it's a good idea. You want to make sure it breaks clean.
And no shells.
You don't get shells and things in with the recipe.
Really?
I have a neighbor who makes me lemon squares sometimes. And this stuff comes to me and it's so good until you get this sort of weird crunch. You say, what type of lemon has a crunch in it? You know? And of course, then in the end, you find, there's an eggshell in there. I wonder who added the eggshell to the recipe. You know? So there we go. So that's pretty good. That's the 4 eggs. And actually, we do have a teeny piece of something that's snuck in there.
I would use the shell to peel out.
I think it's okay. There's nothing there. Okay. Put it on the spoon. Next, what do I do here? Next step is mix until well combined. Okay, I have to put the butter. There we go. Mix until well combined. Okay, we're going to put, this is organic, so we put it in our organic department here. And by the way, we have special pumpkin storage things so that we don't waste the pumpkin stuff, because wasting a pumpkin would be almost a criminal offense. Okay? And we stir this. Which one do I use here?
I would use that one.
This one and this one?
No, that one there with the long stick is a good one. That's a really good stir. Yeah, nothing gets stuck on that one.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I like that when I make bread.
Okay, long stick. Now we're mixing wet with dry. So you sort of schnuck, 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 schnuck. Okay.
And then really like stirred right in. It's really yeah,
You'll notice there's like no milk in this.
Yeah, you got to put some work into it. I don't know. Monique says it takes 5 minutes or something.
10, she said.
10 minutes. Oh, we're at 17.
Well, she's maybe lying to us.
I don't know. The recipe said 10 minutes.
Well, it's going to take an hour because the viscosity of this is really, really tricky.
Yeah, you just have to really mix it right in.
Yeah, I get it. Mix it.
It's
right
like a
in.
bread, yeah.
It's like a bread.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is basically like you need to do a strongman's contest to get this done.
Yeah, you
right.
really got to work
But
it
you're
right in.
seeing something that is beautiful here coming out. It's emerging as gorgeous. I mean, this is just...
It's like a bread, yeah.
Look at how beautiful that is. I don't know if you can see the texture of that.
Yeah, yeah.
That just folds into itself. It's almost like just beauty and perfection. Now,
And pan.
I don't know how much longer I should do this, because I think this is like really nicely smudged, right? I think we're there. Just make sure that there's no dry chunks in the bottom or something.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's good.
Yep.
Okay, so look at that. That's what we just achieved. Now the next step is transfer the batter into a lined loaf pan. Okay, so this is an official loaf pan. Some people don't know what a loaf pan looks like. So I just want to show you, this is a loaf pan. And I learned about that when I was a child, and I watched them bake bread all the time at Page Bakery in Saint-Sauveur, Quebec, and they had metal pans like that. This is a Pyrex one, which is sort of fun. Now we're going to
Be
put...
careful, it's a sharp blade. This one's got a sharp blade.
What is that called?
It's well, this is parchment paper, but it's got a sharp blade at the
Okay,
end.
so
of
how
it.
do I... Okay.
And you're really, I'm trying to do this with one hand. So
Parchment?
the thing about it, you see, you take out that tape first, and it's got a red part to it. So take off the tape very gently.
So it requires like you have fingernails?
Yeah, you should require fingernails. So otherwise you tear the parchment paper out. It's not easy. Here, let's see if I can do this wrong, because I have fingernails. Yeah. there, almost there, almost there. It's hard to do this with one hand. Normally I have two hands. Hang on. Okay, now, perfect. And you put it under the thing. And that measures the full size up to there.
You want this bit here?
Yeah, you want that bit, that's fine. Just that bit. And you just up to here, and you just cut there with a scissor.
So this is like the way I wrap Christmas presents?
Pretty much.
And then
And you just stick it inside.
Like that, with this stuff
It
included?
doesn't matter. Stick it in. Stick it right in.
Alright.
And this is amazing. You just pour that right in there.
Pour it. I'm not going to pour it.
Just put it, yeah, scoop it in. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Scoop it right in into. Yeah. I love parchment paper. It just takes away a lot of having to grease the pan and flour, and then unfortunately it still gets stuck in the end. So it's baker's secret. Yep, looks good.
Now we have to, I guess, flatten it out a bit.
Yeah.
Not sure the best way to do that, but let me just go around it.
Yep. You put the edges right in as much as you can. Yeah. That's good. That's really good. And then they say to put the seeds at the top or something?
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's not that stiff yet. Wait a sec. Okay, so now we have that's done, and we almost have like 100% of our stuff in there. I mean, it's not wasting anything.
No,
It's not.
the bowl is pretty clean.
And this is.
Yep.
This looks pretty good. Next step is to pattern into sprinkle the top with pumpkin seeds. So the pumpkin seeds, they want me to use a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. Now my 1/4 cup thing has been used up, so I should have taken out a second one.
Good. There's a second one there. That's a 1/4 cup. That's a 1/4 cup.
No. That's a 1/4 cup. And again, this whole knot thing is.
I find those a bit salty.
And it says to sprinkle it.
Yeah. On the top. That's it.
And I mean, we could probably sprinkle a little differently. I don't.
And in the oven.
And it says then bake for 50 to 60 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. Cool completely before removing from the pan and slicing. So we are ready. The oven is ready.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put that in there, like that.
Mm-hmm. Timer.
And we press the timer. And we set that for.
Press time again. And now just turn the knob to 50.
50 seconds.
50.
Like that.
50. Yeah, and just press start. You're not there. Fine. Timer set.
Right. So the timer is set.
Okay.
And it's in the oven. So that's part one. When we take it out and eat it, we'll share that again in part two. But thank you especially to our good friend Monique for giving us this COVID project. It has been a lot less messy than I was expecting. I love the dryness of the material here, and I love your encouragement to us. Thank you so much. Goodbye from Rob. Here.
Put that on the counter.
I don't want to put it in the counter. Okay.
Hello. Hi, Robert. So what's happening?
Hello, Anne. So there's 30-something seconds left on the timer. And if you take a look at the oven here,
You see, like
so
it
you
says
see there's
30
an oven.
seconds. Yeah, I
Yes,
see it.
so there's an oven there. This has been cooking now for 50-something minutes.
Okay, oh yeah, I could see that.
And
Something
what we're
in
going to
there.
do is we're going to take out the cake,
From the oven.
and it's actually, we're dubbing it pumpkin bread.
Oh.
So we're going to take out our pumpkin bread, and we're going to put it on this wooden fish here
Okay.
on the counter, because apparently we're going to burn the counter if we don't. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. That's the sound of success.
Yep.
And I'll pull the track out a little bit here. And then I don't really know how to do this.
Excellent.
Okay, so that, don't want to burn anything, but that
Yep.
is our thing. That is our loaf. So if you want to do a 360 around, just to look at it from different points of view, you'll see that the pumpkin stuff on it is a little bit different tone, but it's definitely baked.
Yep.
And it looks so absolutely wonderful. So now we're going to do what's recommended in the recipes, to take a toothpick. This is a toothpick. And the idea is to see if it comes out dry, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to do 3 trials. The right, the middle, and the left. All right? First one. Oh, it's perfect!
Okay. The middle.
Second one. No goo. Third one. Wow, it's so gorgeous. This is beautiful. There we go. Now, we have to let this sit for quite a while before we remove it and slice it.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, you have to do that when it's cooled off. And the time it'll take to cool this off, just in no refrigeration, just normal temperature, is probably over an hour. So we'll leave it like that. And when we get to the tasting, maybe we'll add a little video to this. Thank you, Monique. Wonderful job.
I'm ready.
These things.
Okay, so we're getting ready.
Is it ready?
Yeah, camera's on.
The last stage of our adventure. So the way to do this, you lift it gently up. You see? Look at how clean that is.
Yep.
Anne told me that this should just come off gently if it's done properly. Look at that. Right?
Yep.
I wish we could capture the aroma of this. It is so absolutely delightful. We have a cutting knife of sorts. So which one should we use? So this one here? Is this too sharp or too harsh?
Serrated would be better.
Serrated is not serrated.
Not serrated, no.
Okay, so we have a serrated Henkel. This is one of our favorites.
Yeah,
serrated
that's
ones.
a Henkel. Yeah, that's the one.
And cut it how thick? About that?
Just a taste.
This is just for us to taste it. Now we're not having our tea yet. But you see how nicely it cuts? And how beautiful it is. You see the steam a little bit on there because we didn't wait the whole hour here. And we have our little plate here. We can take that, put it in the plate.
Yep.
Cut that into
Little bite size.
little bite-sized tasty bits. And like that. And so just check the look at the edge of that.
It's beautiful.
Right? And if you don't mind, we'll taste a bit. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ting.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, Monique.
You must do.
This is so gorgeous.
Oh my.
Have a seed. The seeds make it look so beautiful. A little salty.
Yep, no hot.
All right, so that's it. That's our adventure. This is a pumpkin loaf, and we had a lot of fun making it. It's a good project. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye, everybody. And you say bye too.
Bye.